Jake the Film Guy. Today we're going to dive into Upwork and what you can do on Upwork to find talented, hopefully, freelancers who will help you grow your video production business by way of finding names, numbers, emails, URLs, and so on and so forth for prospects that you want to go take your video production services to in your backyard. Let's dive in. Okay, hold up, wait. First we got to talk about the why behind this. Always start with the why. Why Microbudgeter.com? Because I have a heart to see microbudget filmmakers use their gifts in a way that glorifies the Almighty and reaches millions, if not billions of people with stories of hope, forgiveness, love, and so on and so forth, and do it in a way that it's not cheesy. So the goal here is, if you're here, the goal here is to equip you and empower you with the confidence you need, the soft skills, to go and take those hard-learned lessons of video production and filmmaking to the people in your backyard. Because once we learn to finance and produce and actually faithfully execute those 4 and 5 figure budgets in our backyard, well, then we start to gain the repetition and the confidence to go and land the bigger deals. Go to IMDb Pro. You can see all your favorite filmmakers. Their short films, they were budgeted at $10, $12, $15, $30,000. If you can get to that level of filmmaking, whether by client work or by your short films or some combination of the above, you're well on your way to telling stories that are going to reach and impact millions and millions of people, if not billions and billions of people, which is what I want you to do. Set your dreams big, say a prayer, and just go for it. Follow the king. Okay, with Upwork, this is how you can get started in a few short steps. First thing you want to do, go create a profile. It's as simple as that. Once you've created a profile, all you have to do is then list your job description. The first thing you have to understand about Upwork is that it is a global competition. You can check it out, spend 5-10 minutes there, look at all the different people on their site that are listing their skills in video production, and I'd say less than 10% of people are actually super talented. The rest of they can do video production for peanuts, and cinematography, and editing, and sound mixing, and not to mention stellar customer service. And they'll do it for less than $7 an hour. Well, minimum wage in Nevada is $8.25. What about your state? Think about that. There are guys on the other side of the world that want to do your job for you, but for less. Should that scare you? No, because the guy over in Croatia is in Croatia. He's not in your backyard. He can't give that full assurance that you can for Uncle Bob and his auto shop down the road. Savvy? Understanding that, Upwork is a place you could go as a freelancer, but in this particular video and in its accompanying blog post, I want you to understand that it is a tool for finding virtual admins. If you want to list your services there, that's great. Just heads up, you're not competing with the video producers on the first page of Google for Las Vegas, Nevada, or Casper, Wyoming. If you're in Casper, Wyoming, you probably have the market. But you are now competing with the global market. So heads up. When you want to post a job on Upwork, follow the steps. I won't go through all of them. I just want to give you a couple of tips and a couple of things to look out for. Start with something simple. Say, I want to find the names, numbers, and emails to 50 decision makers in my backyard, whatever your backyard is, Las Vegas, Las Cruces, I don't care. Put in the details and explain, as in this accompanying post, that you do not want this information to pawn shops, media companies, that could be single-member photography businesses, to multi-member ad agencies. You also don't want to get the contact information for franchises like Mickey D's, Burger King, Pep Boys, that sort of thing. I would highly recommend steering away from adult entertainment, jewelry stores. There are a number of places that you do not want your virtual admin to find information for. Figure out what areas you are okay with serving. If you don't know, check out this post. It'll give you a couple of suggestions. And then make sure your admin is on board with those types of businesses. Give them a complete rundown of how you're going to help them. If you need suggestions on that, it is below. Going to that post isn't all just thrills and frills. It actually has some concrete samples and steps that you can take to find this information. You can also check out this post, and link down below, on how to find those emails and contact information, really, for the prospects that you want to go and take your video production services to. You need to spell these things out to your admin, and you need to additionally give them a couple of other screener questions. Screener questions are important. You want to ask them some very basic questions to see if they truly understand what you're asking for them to do in the job. First of all, I would ask them, do they understand Google spreadsheets? But that's such a blanketed question, anybody can say, oh yeah, I can do Google spreadsheets. Give them a qualifying question. And I would be specific, like the count if function, or even just a basic if-then proposition. Give them something a little bit more than just, I think I can wing this. No, you need to actually test their knowledge of the spreadsheet, but don't get too carried away that you lose them, because you do want people to apply for your job. After all, you're gonna offer them a flat rate. Beyond the screener questions, you need to make it abundantly clear that you're gonna offer them a flat rate. See, with the flat rate, what you need to spell out in the project is that this is a one-time project, you only need one freelancer, and that the rate is going to be broken up in X, Y, and Z installments. I recommend doing this to see that they're actually on board with what you're saying and are giving you quality information and not just fluffing it. Tell them that you'll give them half or some percentage of the overall payment after they finish a milestone. A concrete example could go like this. If you're looking for 50 emails total, then I would recommend saying, okay, give me the first 10 emails and I'll give you a 20% down payment. Speaking of payments, as of not too long ago, Upwork decided that freelancers are now gonna have to cough up 20% of their work to the Upwork umbrella. Now in the business world, that's not entirely unreasonable because Upwork is, after all, acting as the salesperson, and a salesperson is worth his or her commission. That's fair. 20% is kind of the new norm for tipping a waiter. Think of it that way too if you don't like the salesperson analogy. Either way, take that into consideration. If you want to bring somebody on board to your video production services by way of a one-time freelance virtual admin, then you need to make sure you're actually paying them fairly. I recommend that you cover the 20% yourself. How do you do that? Well, say you want to pay 20 bucks to your freelancer. Well, they're gonna lose 20%. So go ahead and divide that 20 by 0.8. I won't get into the details here because I don't want to lose you in the sauce. I was a math teacher back in the day. That's neither here nor there, but the reality is you can't just add 20% to 20 bucks and call it good. No, you need to take 20% away, that's like 80%. So divide the amount that you were thinking of giving them by 0.8, and that's what you should actually offer them. Yes, Upwork says that now a freelancer can expect that commission rate to drop as they do subsequent jobs with the client, which is great. But for micro-budget filmmakers like us, let's face it, you're probably not gonna find that one virtual admin that's gonna really rock your world through Upwork and keep him or her on board until they actually accumulate $10,000 and more in services rendered to you. The reality is, Upwork's gonna take 20%. Head on over to the sites for more information, as well as a bonus download if you need more help in finding the emails and going even deeper with the Upwork. All right, my fellow micro-budget filmmakers, like, comment, subscribe, share. Together as a community, we will tell more engaging stories of hope, truth, love, unconditional grace, and so on and so forth, and do it in a way that's not cheesy. I'm not a fan of the God's Not Dead variety. If you are, I'm probably going to offend you from time to time. So be it. If you don't have anything to do with God or telling stories of hope, that's okay. You're still welcome here. My heart is to take whatever I learn, good, bad, or ugly, and teach it to you. In the meantime, this is how you can help by liking, comment, subscribing, and sharing anything on this channel. Until then, keep creating with the king and let me know when you've produced your first 5-figure video shoot, whether it's a client's video or your own.